I'm going on a trip with my sister, and I'll be using her card. Lately, Timothy had been secretly talking a lot with his sister, and at home, he seemed uneasy. I had a feeling they were planning something beyond just a trip. I was right, and I had already made my own plans. Maybe I should act a little surprised. What do you mean by using my card? Explain. I already knew Timothy was leaving today. I was shocked at how poorly he planned it. Until now, I put up with everything, but I couldn't take it anymore. I decided to fight back and started carrying out the plan I made earlier. It's time to push back against this selfish brother and sister. By the end of today, I'll finally be free from all the bad luck. What Timothy didn't know was that someone traveling with him was actually my ally. So let him enjoy his trip, because things won't go the way he expects. My name is Naomi Watts. I'm 40 years old, a working housewife, and I live with my husband Timothy in our newly bought house. After finishing high school, I started working right away. I stayed at the same company, learning and gaining new skills. At this company, promotions were fair, so I became a manager at just 24. I was the youngest to ever hold that position. Now I'm a supervisor, and I secretly hope to become head of the department someday. One day, new employees joined, and one of them was Timothy. He was a little older than me, but I was his supervisor. I was also his trainer, along with two other new hires. He once asked, "Naomi, you're about our age, right? And you're already a supervisor?" I told him, "Yes, I started working here right after high school." "I think I'm a year younger than you." He said, "That's amazing. You've worked so hard since high school. I really respect you." Back then, he often praised me. After that, Timothy started chasing me, and although I was unsure at first, I slowly fell in love with him. We went on nice dinners and long drives, and our relationship grew like any young couple's. In time, we decided to live together. Once we started living together, I noticed Timothy's messy habits. Still, I thought it was just because he felt comfortable around me, so I accepted it. After some time, he proposed. Talking about our future, like meeting each other's parents and planning the wedding, made me very happy. But then Timothy suddenly shared his wishes after marriage. "Naomi, I want you to quit your job and stay home. I'll work outside and earn money. I also want us to have children soon. First, we'll have the wedding, then buy a house, and later think about kids. What do you think?" I said, "That sounds nice, Timothy. I'm not worried about the order, but I am worried about the costs. Even though we have savings, I don't want to quit my job. When we have a child, I plan to take maternity leave, but I want to keep working." He frowned. "That worries me. I don't like the idea of you earning more than me. I'll buy us a home after the wedding. What do you think?" I answered gently, "That might be a hard talk. Right now, I do earn more, but I think we can handle both the wedding and a house. Maybe we should wait a little before thinking about children. Let's also think about my career." "All right, that sounds fine," he replied. Although I never planned to quit my job, I said things carefully so Timothy wouldn't argue endlessly. Later, we had a pre-wedding meeting with both families, but his sister was away on a trip. I didn't meet her until the wedding day. On that day, Timothy's sister walked straight into the waiting room without knocking. She looked me up and down, then laughed with a snort. "Huh, Timothy's choice of girl is really plain, isn't it? She's so different from his usual type. Oh, I'm Elena. Nice to meet you. I'll be your sister-in-law from now on. I don't hold back in the family. Nice to meet you. I'm Naomi Watts. I look forward to getting along with you," I said politely. She ignored my words, just waved her hand, and walked away, leaving me standing there in shock. Later, I would learn she was going to be a troublesome person. I also met her husband that day, and he seemed polite enough. After the wedding, just as Timothy wished, we went to look at houses. We found one we both liked, and bought it. We felt excited about starting our life together. One holiday, when we were finally settling into married life, the sudden sound of the doorbell surprised me. I asked Timothy to answer it. He came back smiling and chatting happily, and to my surprise, it was his sister. "Hello, Naomi, and wow, Timothy. You're doing great. You worked hard enough to buy such a beautiful house." "You really are my brother," she said with pride. "I'm working hard. Think of this as your family home and relax, Timothy replied. Then he turned to me. Naomi, bring some snacks and food. My sister is here, so hurry. Her visit made Timothy act more arrogant than usual, which made me uneasy. It felt like he was trying to show her that he had bought the house on his own. In truth, I had paid the down payment and was also helping with the mortgage. Still, Timothy insisted on putting the house in his name, and I had let him. At the time, whose name was on the papers didn't matter to me. But watching him pretend in front of his sister annoyed me. I stayed quiet to save him from embarrassment.
Here's some snacks, I said.
Elena laughed. Timothy really does work hard. Naomi, you sound so bossy. Are you his boss or something? Yes, Timothy said. Didn't I tell you? When I joined the company, Naomi was already a supervisor. She's been working there since high school. Well, it's only a matter of time before I pass her, Elena said. Then she looked at me. Oh, so you're just a high school graduate? You seem so serious, but your education is lower than mine. Is there a problem with being a high school graduate? I asked. No problem at all, but it's nice that you're younger than me. Since you only finished high school and I finished college, I can ask you for favors. Exactly, Timothy added. Naomi, if you refuse my sister, I'll kick you out of the house. Their strange words gave me a headache. Did being younger and only a high school graduate mean I had to say yes to anything my sister-in-law asked? And if I didn't, would I really be thrown out of my own home? Was this some kind of joke? I forced a weak smile and hurried to the kitchen, though I could still hear their conversation. They seemed to mean every word. After a pause, Elena came into the kitchen. Naomi, I have a favor to ask. What is it? I replied. I need to borrow some money. How much? About $10,000, please. $10,000? That's not a small amount. What do you need it for? Renovations. Yes, that's it. It's only $10,000, right? You're a supervisor, so you make good money. Isn't your house new? I asked. Did I say that? Whatever.
Just give me the money.
Timothy told me to ask you. He said you'd lend it to me. What? I gasped. Timothy's voice rang from the other room. Naomi, give my sister the money. If you don't, I'll call your boss right now and tell them you want to quit. All right, I understand, I said calmly. But Elena, if I lend you this money, you must sign a promissory note. A promissory note? Even though we're family?
Yes.
Especially because we're family. Bring an ID with your photo when I give you the money. How annoying. But fine, if I get the money, I'll bring it tomorrow night, she said. I agreed to lend her the money, but something in my gut told me to be careful. The next day, she showed up with the ID and signed the note as I asked. Still, I was shocked by how much power Timothy gave his sister. No matter what I said, he wouldn't listen. And later I found out the $10,000 wasn't used for renovations at all. It was spent on luxury brands. Once I lent her money once, she kept asking again and again. Even though I made her sign a note each time, she borrowed more and more. In just 1 month, I had already lent her about $24,000. I started to feel that everything was becoming too much. Then one day, my boss called me in. To my surprise, they offered me a promotion to director. I was overjoyed. I had always dreamed of becoming head of the department, and this was a big step closer. I couldn't hold back my excitement and hurried home to tell Timothy, who was on leave that day. I'm home. Hey Timothy, listen to this. Welcome back, Naomi. You look happy. What happened?
Yes.
My boss called me today. At first, I thought it was something serious, but instead they offered me a promotion to director. I've wanted this for so long. I'm so happy. Naomi, you're getting promoted? Did you really accept that? He frowned. Yes, of course. Haven't I always talked about this goal? I heard you, but you need my permission before accepting a promotion. What are you thinking? I told you I want you to be a housewife. And why is it that I'm still just a regular employee while you keep climbing up? That's not right. You can't get promoted. Why not? I told you from the start that I'm not quitting my job, I answered firmly. Timothy didn't say anything more. Instead, he picked up the phone. I guessed he was calling his sister, and sure enough, within minutes, she came rushing to the house. "What have you done, Naomi? You stole Timothy's promotion," she shouted. "I didn't take anything. Our company promotes based on ability. Are you saying Timothy doesn't have the skills? How dare you talk back like that as a daughter-in-law? This is impossible. You're too full of yourself." She crossed her arms and turned to Timothy. "Let's go eat steak with Naomi's money. That'll calm us down." Before I knew it, the two of them were digging through my wallet. I tried to stop them, but they were too strong. They grabbed my bank card and left the house laughing. I sat there crying in frustration, realizing too late how wrong my marriage had been. I needed to find a divorce lawyer immediately. Timothy didn't come home that night. The next morning, when I went to work, I saw him already there. He walked up to me with a smug grin. "Yesterday was so much fun. Food tastes better when it's paid for with someone else's money." "Thanks," he said, waving a receipt in front of me. The bill showed $22,400 spent at a luxury steakhouse, plus another $12,000 from nightclubs. I wanted to yell at him, but other employees were arriving, so I had to stay quiet. After work, I rushed to the bank to check my account. My heart sank when I saw it. A total of $176,000 had been withdrawn. My face burned with anger. I confronted Timothy when he came home. "Timothy, what have you done? Fancy steaks, nightclubs. You spent $176,000 of the money I saved before we even married." "Shut up already. I don't care if it was money you saved when you were single. I've already spent it, so there's nothing you can do," he snapped, then ran off to the bathroom. I couldn't take it anymore. At that moment, I made up my mind to divorce him. That weekend, I went to a law firm to start divorce mediation. Weeks passed as I worked on the preparations. Since that day, Timothy often came home late at night and left early on weekends. His behavior grew more and more suspicious. I even started thinking about hiring a detective. Then one day, I got a call from Elena's husband, Tyler. "Hello, this is Tyler, Elena's husband. May I speak with Naomi?" "Hello, Tyler. It's been a while. What's the matter?" "Yes, it's been a while. Sorry to call suddenly, but I can't find Elena. Do you know if she's with you?" "Elena? No, she hasn't been here." "I see. Lately she comes home late and leaves without telling me where she's going on weekends. Yesterday, when I asked her, she said she was at Timothy's place, so I thought I'd check with you." "That's interesting. Actually, Timothy has been acting the same way. They might be going somewhere together. To be honest, it doesn't matter much to me anymore. But Tyler, there's something I need to tell you. Will you listen?" "Of course. What happened?" I told him everything, how I had lent Elena large amounts of money, how Timothy and his sister treated me, and how much they had taken. Tyler let out a deep sigh. "I see. I'm really sorry for my wife's actions. I've been at my limit too, and I've been thinking about divorce, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. If it helps, you're welcome to use the evidence I've collected. Why don't we work together on this? We need to teach these selfish siblings a lesson." "Thank you, Tyler. Yes, let's do our best together." "I also suspect Elena and Timothy might be planning a trip," he added. I was told to take a long break from work, and I found travel brochures on the dressing table. While still on the phone, I checked a shelf Timothy had always told me not to touch. Inside, I found travel brochures and business cards from nightclubs, proof of their plans. "Tyler, I found brochures too. It looks like they're planning a trip. I have an idea." I shared my plan with him, and he laughed in agreement. We decided to keep in touch by messages to plan the next steps and then ended the call. I sent Tyler evidence that would help with the divorce, and together we made a careful plan. About 3 weeks later, early one morning, I saw Timothy sneaking out of the house before dawn. But I was ready. Tyler had warned me the day before. A few hours later, Timothy called me, his voice full of pride. "I'm going on a trip with my sister, and I'm using your card," he said. Timothy had been secretly talking with his sister a lot and acting nervous at home. I already suspected they were planning something shady, not just a trip. That's why I had prepared in advance. I decided to play along and sound surprised. "What do you mean by using my card?" "Explain." He laughed. Wait, you really didn't notice? You're so clueless. I've been planning this trip with my sister for a long time. To make sure everything went smoothly, we even got Tyler to join us. You've been getting too bold lately, and my sister said we need to teach you a lesson. It's 3 against 1. You can't fight us. His words only made me realize how much I had endured. I no longer had any feelings left for him. It was time to fight back. Sorry, Timothy, I said calmly. I didn't quite hear that.
Can you repeat it?
I'll tell you again. I'm using your cash card for this trip.
What?
That card is in my wallet. What are you talking about? I have it right here. Wait, what is this? It says, Fitness Club. I couldn't help but smile. Oh, so you just realized? That's my old gym membership card. The design looks like my bank card. Easy mistake. No way. I checked. I was sure it was your bank card. Elena saw it too. Did she? Then that proves you two planned to steal from me together. Too bad. Last night, I switched my bank card with the membership card. You went all the way to Chicago without even checking. This is the worst. What have you done? That's my line. Sorry, Timothy. Things didn't go the way you planned. You'll regret this when I get home. That's fine, I said coolly. I've prepared a little gift for you too. You'll see when you return. Don't try to bribe me. I only accept cash, he yelled.
This isn't a bribe.
It's a surprise, I replied. I heard Elena's panicked voice in the background. Sis, what do we do now? Naomi, send us money. I found their conversation useless, so I hung up and went back to sleep since it was still early. Not long after, Timothy sent me a message. Naomi, send money right now. Tyler is here. I replied with a short, "Is that so?" and went back to sleep. In the afternoon, the sound of my phone woke me up. I saw many missed calls and messages. The phone kept ringing, so I decided to call Tyler first, then answer Timothy. When Timothy picked up, he sounded desperate. Finally, you're late. Please send money quickly. We're freezing out here. It was May, and since they were in Chicago, it must have been very cold. Why don't you ask Tyler for help? Isn't he there? I asked. You know something, don't you? Tyler has disappeared. Help us now. I spoke calmly. Let me explain. Since you and Elena were scheming, I teamed up with Tyler. That first call was only to give him time to return home. He should be landing by now. Do you understand? You were plotting with my husband? Elena's voice cracked.
No.
We were cooperating to take revenge on both of you. Now you're on your own.
Goodbye.
I ended the call. After that, Tyler arrived and we started planning. I also contacted my lawyer, and together we held the final divorce meeting before Timothy and Elena returned. I knew they would eventually come back to confront me. Sure enough, a few hours later, the two of them stormed in, shouting, "Hey Naomi, you've really done it this time. Get ready. I'm kicking you out of this house." Timothy yelled, "Tyler, why did you come back alone? Are you fine with being abandoned by me?" Elena mocked. "Shut up. Sit down." Tyler roared, his voice louder than usual. Both of them froze and sat in shock. At that moment, the lawyer calmly pulled out his business card and handed it to them. Timothy and Elena stared at it in confusion. "Here is our gift to you. Please read it carefully," the lawyer said. Tyler and I then handed them a stack of papers. As they slowly read through, their faces went pale. "Wait, this says compensation. You're not serious about divorce, are you?" Timothy stammered. "My papers say the same thing," Elena gasped. "Yes," Tyler and I said together. "We are getting divorced. Did I do something wrong?" "Divorce must be a joke," Timothy shouted. "I think so too, Tyler. Let's go home together, okay?"
I said.
"All those calls during the trip and the daily insults you threw at me, I've recorded them from a certain point," I added firmly. "You really don't understand what you've done, do you? I've suffered mentally from your constant abuse. I can't stay married to you anymore." Timothy's eyes widened. "Are you really okay with this?" "Of course," I answered. I will also claim half of the down payment and mortgage for the house, along with the money you used from the savings I had before marriage. And Elena will repay all the money I loaned her, plus the money she wasted with you." Elena shouted. "Wait, no. Didn't Timothy buy the house? Stop making up things about loans and spending. Please read the documents we gave you." I replied calmly. "They include all the promissory notes I made you sign when I lent you money. I won't accept this without proof." Elena snapped. Timothy stepped forward. "Fine, then I'll just do this." He grabbed my voice recorder and smashed it in his hands. Elena tore the papers into pieces and threw them on the floor. Both of them looked at us with smug smiles. "Timothy, do you really think destroying that recorder erases the data saved on the computer?" I asked. And Elena, "Tearing up copies doesn't matter. They aren't the originals. You're just wasting your energy." Their faces turned pale. "What? Really?" Elena whispered. "Yes," I said. "And I'll also be claiming the money you misused, Elena." "Oh, and say hello to that nightclub man you liked so much." Perhaps realizing they were truly beaten, the two of them began to cry like children. The lawyer laid out the final claims. Against Timothy, $10,000 in compensation, $200,000 for half the house down payment, and $20,000 for other expenses. Total, $230,000 plus $4,000 each month for mortgage payments. Against Elena, $176,000 for wasted money and $46,000 for promissory notes. Total, $222,000. Tyler's claim against Elena, $60,000 for her cheating and nightclub costs, plus $18,000 for other misuse. Total, $78,000. The lawyer also added a warning. "If you try to take this to court, you'll only lose more money. You have no chance of winning. It's best to focus on repayment." The meeting ended. Afterwards, I packed my belongings and left the house. Word of Timothy's actions spread at his company, and his reputation collapsed. He was soon transferred to another branch. Only a few weeks later, Timothy contacted me again. "Naomi, I really want to see you. I never thought I'd feel so lonely without you. Can we start over? You can keep working as much as you like." "Sorry, but no. Goodbye," I replied. Then came another message. "Naomi, it's Elena. I also think you should get back together with my brother," Elena said. "Maybe there was some misunderstanding between us. I'm sure we can do better next time. Let's live together this time." "Elena, I refuse," I answered firmly. "Sorry, but I hope I never have to see you again." They kept begging, but I ignored them. I blocked their numbers and set my phone to reject their calls. Tyler received the same kind of messages, but he also refused in the same way. Later, while riding past the old house in a taxi, I saw that it had already been put up for sale. Since I demanded all repayments in one lump sum, I completely cut off contact with them. What happened to them after that, I don't know. As for me, I bought a new apartment after moving out. With the stress gone, my work improved, and soon I received the news I had been waiting for. My boss promoted me to head of the department. Tyler and I often went out to eat. Even though he was older, his calm and gentle nature always made me smile. We thought in similar ways, and I felt a real connection with him. After the divorce, my life became brighter, and everything started to go well. Each day, I felt thankful that I chose to walk away. And as for what happened next between Tyler and me, well, that's a story for another time.